Oh my goodness. Oh, howdy do. We are headed to PC.com. Oh my goodness gracious. An estate sale in a little place called Troutman. Out in the middle of nowhere. Pretty big estate sale. Depending on how that goes, you do some thrifting. I have a show this weekend, so we will have a pop-up recap coming next week. We have a show in Asheville this weekend. Same place, Haywood Country Club. And Asheville's still hurting.
North Carolina is cleaning up from the worst flooding ever on record for the state. More than 100 people are dead, a number that's still expected to rise. Hundreds more are missing, and roughly 2.1 million customers are without power.
Yeah, these are some of the dramatic images we're seeing here in the Asheville area after Tropical Storm Helene wreaked havoc in this region. We've seen this in several neighborhoods here where people tell us this was worse than that flood of 100 years ago. That's right. That's the last time this region got hit with a flood this bad.
I have a lot of friends out there. We're right outside of Asheville. Like, we commute in. I feel like a lot of times people are like, well, maybe I shouldn't visit right now. Maybe I should wait. Show Asheville some love. Want to take a trip? Go to Asheville. The style in Asheville is special. They know how to dress. And a big part of that is the vintage scene. Definitely, if you can, like I said 6 million times already, shop Asheville, shop small. Here we go. Light bulb, anyone? Okay. Is that just a can of Mountain Dew? People will sell anything. Well, nothing says mono like a used kazoo. So hard to believe that all that fits in your pocket now. Of course, there's always jewelry. Okay. We didn't find anything life-changing. I did find one t-shirt, but it wasn't like anything special. But, I did get the bull because, well, obviously, and you'll see it in the studio. What the flapjack was that? We're gonna go to some thrifts. It was like a ton of books. There were so many books. I mean, I feel like they had thousands of books. So if you're a reader, that would have been your spot. Yep, you guessed that correctly. That is a shotgun shell wreath. And nothing says the holidays like shooting off a shotgun. It is my look that whenever I'm out trying to film you guys something so you can actually see some of the cool things we find, I end up finding really cool things for my business, like a rack. Because you know, you vintage shops, racks are wonderful to find on the cheap because they can get very expensive. So that's my look. That's the kind of stuff I'm finding. I did find something nice for our feminine section. Give me a chance. I feel like we're gonna find something really cool today. I'm gonna hit up an antique store that I usually find some really cool sports stuff from. We'll see if they've refilled. Wish me luck. Lord. So cool. We did good. Special, like rare kind of hats. But it was really cool. Like the guy spent decades and decades in sports and he went to all the Olympics, and it was really cool like to get that stuff from somebody who collected. The hats and the sports stuff was just stacked. yeah, we did pretty good. We struck something. So let's go to a thrift store and let's see what we can do. Oh, happy day. I found a couple more things in there. I'm glad we had this day of vintage picking together because it shows you guys realistic vintage picking. It's not like we go to a vintage store and pick all this stuff up. We literally have to go. You saw how many places I went today. I mean, we have to go place to place to place just to find a few things. And sometimes I've gone out before, I'll hit up 3 or 4 or 5 places. Found one thing. You don't always find that grail every time you go out there. So I'm glad to have had a day kind of like this, so that way you can kind of see a day that is realistic for a vintage shop owner. So let me stop whining about the things that we didn't find today, because we didn't do half bad. I don't know what I'm complaining about. I wasn't planning on going out today, but I was looking at estate sales and there's one near me and it's pretty stacked, and today's the first day, so that's good. Everything looked really nice and clean and abundant. It just started 47 minutes ago, so I think we have a good chance to find some good stuff.
I'm in trouble. Jim, what happened? What kind of trouble are you in?
Jim Stark, things pretty rough for you at home?
They think that I can make friends.
Your folks didn't understand.
They never do.
He made a mistake, and he's sorry. He's always a lovely boy.
Grandmother, you tell one more lie, and you're going to get turned to stone.
Well, this was not something I was planning today, so I'm definitely glad that we decided to do that. If you don't know me, which all of you, anybody watching pretty much doesn't know me, I'm making a movie on James Dean. He's like my hero. So that was cool to find. Anytime I find anything of his, since I'm making a movie about him, I think it's fun to get the dorky dolls, because I really think he would get a kick out of that. And you just wait till you see what this doll looks like. Let me see what you think. Let me show you what we found. I'm a sucker for some unique pants. Usually you have a big hem at the top. They said nope. These are so great. Woo, Weezy Gavarici. Mr. Z, I don't know if I said that right. I love you in these stripes. Yep, Union Bay, you did it again. Surfboard, and tiki guys, I am for it. Well, Mr. James Dean, what do you look like inside of that 1985 package? Because they nailed the name. And there he is. It looks nothing like him. I know he is rolling in his grave right now, but don't worry. He's got him a little cancer stick. Ooh, 80s leather, step right up. I'm living for this purse and I don't know why. Gorgeous. I don't like anything more than something rare. The original owner decided to forget his ticket under the brim of this hat. A little piece of history. Blockbuster isn't even around anymore. To see they had money to sponsor a bowl game. Wow. Blockbuster, we miss you. And of course you can't go wrong with the 2 copper bowls. Look at those colors. Here's a slap from the past. Who remembers bum equipment? Well, here's one from 1993. Oh my, oh me. I didn't even know Jinko made t-shirts, but let me tell you something. They said we don't just make baggy jeans. We also make dragon tees, and I am all for it, Mr. Jinko. Bring on the flame. And hey, don't be thinking this is all we got. Read the screen.
Full Vintage TV.